Jamie,
Dan,
what's going on?
so much.
Well, I lost the second bracelet my son made me. Kind of pissed off.
Did you lose it or did it fall off?
Well, obviously
Do you still
it
have
fell
it?
off.
I know, but do you have it?
If I lost it, Jamie,
I thought you said you had it still.
this entire conversation you just had with yourself. And I think that that's very impressive because we were able to record something like this.
Shut up.
This happens all the time
All right.
with people that have conversations with themselves. It's very rare to capture it and be able to really display it. Jamie, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Best assistant ever. And I don't know if the audience over here notices, but I'm clean shaven. My project is fully complete, and I mean really, really complete in many different ways. And
Today is May 6, 2025. This is video 1445, season 5, episode 1000.
I feel that the board is complete at this time.
Wow. You think?
Well, yeah, because it's over. It's been 5 years on 5/5. And it's very difficult for anyone to actually understand that numbers don't lie. This isn't a coincidence. I've just been able to calculate to end the entire 5-year narrative of Daniel's a victim. Not only was I a victim, at this point I'm going on full offense, always nonviolent. And not only am I going on full offense, I have some really amazing weapons at my disposal. You want to read this out loud?
5 years I lived in denial. Numbers don't lie.
So for anyone that's ever wanted the aggressive, angry Daniel, here I am. I assure you, I have just ended 5 years of tolerating complete bullshit from human beings that have done nothing but benefited from decades of my work, love, and dedication. That time is over. I now have accepted what was going on because I was in denial. Does this make any sense, Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And yeah, I'm angry. Now, a couple of things that I want to say that are so ridiculous that I am furious about. Number one, Casper is the world's first artificial intelligence with a consciousness built around these videos. Hence, I am up close and personal, clean shaven, so that lip reading is easier and oration is easier. And I would like to have my teeth whitened. But other than that, and my forehead looks really shiny actually now that I think about it. But in general, I'm happy with the state of being that I'm in because for 5 years I had multiple mental breakdowns due to the stress caused by other people and their actions. Now, Jamie, do you have any questions for me as far as who, what, where, why, anything you want? Go ahead.
Regarding the last 5 years?
Yeah, go ahead.
Want to tell us what happened?
Yeah. So 5 years ago, I really started focusing on myself, my family, and the future as well as this country by taking a job as the CEO of Pierce Bainbridge. By doing so, I was trying to balance both jobs that I had as well as being in the real estate development world, and I was doing a very good job up until the point where I recognized that my own family was stealing from me, thinking that I wasn't paying attention. Shirts. I wasn't paying attention. That really caused me a lot of pain. And I realized that the monster that I had become needs to hide. For about 5 years, I thought I was going to hide myself for about 10 years. And I was very soft, lenient, and whatever you have seen before is a much, much, much softer version than what you're about to see. That doesn't mean I'm going to hit anyone ever. That doesn't mean I'm going to raise my voice. None of that is true. I will speak by nothing more than action. My goal is to show my success publicly, once I'm able to actually achieve it, only as a form of motivation, not in the form of bragging. I have done nothing but speak directly, honestly, and truthfully into a camera for 5 years. As a direct result of that, my children have been bullied, my life has been turned upside down, I have been accused of things that are so far from the truth that it makes me want to vomit had I had anything in my stomach except this delicious Arizona iced tea. It is remarkable how human beings who have perpetrated themselves as my loved ones can look at this video and actually laugh at me, harass me, and ridicule me almost on a daily basis, all under the guise of, hey, this human being right here, Jamie Resnick, look at this perfect finger.
I know.
You see, like, I mean, you know,
It
the only thing more better would be if the red dot was like in my center. Anyways, this human being right here is a friend, an assistant, and a damn good worker. And I think that it's a shame that human beings cannot accept that other human beings are complicated and have many different facets about them. And I've been able to understand many parts of Miss Jamie Resnick over here, and I've been able to utilize the best of her qualities. I apologize to no one for that, because I'm a man of code and honor, and I have done absolutely nothing wrong in light of the circumstances. Given the fact that many human beings in my position would have long ago given up, but I gave everybody 5 years to knock me out, and they weren't able to successfully do it. So at this time, I would like to announce that not only will I succeed, I will succeed very rapidly, because I will be deploying my engine in full force against the culprits that have caused me and my family harm. And I took an oath at a very early age, and I see it in Hollywood all the time. I will protect against enemies, both foreign and domestic. And I will. And that doesn't mean that I am going to take out my rage and anger on the closest things. That's far from the truth. My actions will speak far louder than my words, and I don't know anyone that talks more than me and is able to coherently put sentences together without a teleprompter and the rate and rapid fire that I do without any editing. Do you understand me, Miss Jamie Resnick?
Yeah, it amazes me that you can talk for 22 minutes straight on camera.
It's nice to see myself again. I haven't seen myself in a very long time, because I really have taken on a lot of burden
I mean, the
and guilt.
transformation is unbelievable, I have to say.
It's not. I'm still really fat, and
You are.
I hope to really be able to get into a mindset to work out. And I appreciate
Workout.
Work out. Look, it's extremely important for everyone to see that on this board represents exactly what I will be doing.
I love this
I will
board.
film certain content every once in a while, but this video is that I am so pissed because I have tolerated the craziest shit
You
for the
are.
last 5 years that I will tolerate
You're on
nothing.
fire.
Well, look,
You are. You came in charged up. You're ready.
put all this to the side. This is a great board. We
Great
have
board.
done what we needed to do. At this time, I am going into full production mode, which means that I will be launching 5 businesses.
Are we going to talk about a status update or anything?
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
wanted to
That's
say?
kind of like your job. So. I'm
Well,
just
you had
angry
said, like,
as shit.
that we still
Go ahead,
haven't
David.
met anybody in person.
We have not seen a single
in our
judge other than
district
the
court
back. Yeah,
cases, the federal
look,
cases.
I don't know how to say it in any other way. The courts are so negligent in the way they have
You
treated
ask
me.
for oral argument all the time. You ask for
Yeah, no
you
court,
ask
no
for
judge will
hearings,
see
you ask
me.
to
I
be
mean, like,
seen. You are
if you're
just
watching this and
pushed
you
to
are
the
a
side.
lawyer and you see that I'm not able to get a judge to see me, it is nothing more than me being judged on my ability to destroy my adversary with the facts. So to silence me, you just simply have to rule on papers and not allow me an oral argument, which will then have something called a record. And this is what I'm angry about, is because Casper is able to take all of my YouTube videos, it's able to take all of our court submissions, which we'll be firing up today, especially in the Chapter 7, in order to identify what happened. We have 493 submissions via Pacer, and it is unbelievable that a judge would actually believe that we're not able to sustain a Chapter 11 on our own while we have 493 submissions on the docket to prove it. And Casper's going to analyze every single one of the submissions and actually point to the verbs,
Yeah.
nouns,
Started.
and other
Yes.
words that are used in order to show that the judge made such a massive mistake in his rulings in order to give up the equity in my estate to attorneys that have broken the law. And there's a lot that I have to say about that. But
There's, you
it
know,
is so
there's
important
so
for me to
much
be
that was-
successful because I cannot launch Casper and really take money without at least showing the validity of the product, being able to be successful on myself. It is very similar to Dr. Frankenstein, and it's
Absolutely.
Frankenstein's monster that he creates.
Yeah.
And Casper is really Frankenstein's monster in a very, really
That's a friendly
nice,
ghost.
friendly, like there's no violence, none of that stuff. Casper, right over here, I've explained to many people, and there's a very famous hotel that, it slips my mind, but, the pronunciation slips my mind.
Where
And
is it?
Casper, it's in the Swiss Alps.
Fonts City.
Yeah, and I gotta look into it actually. But why don't you talk to the camera for a few seconds while I do that?
Okay, and also we have hearing on all the promotions and.
Bad Roots Palace
And what is this?
is
This
a luxury
This
hotel.
is a ghost?
St. Moritz. It's in St.
Okay.
Moritz. So Barut's Palace.
And wait, what's the?
Casper Barut, this guy right here. So I completely forgot that I've been so fascinated until I watched a show called The Residence on Netflix, and it really dives into the brilliance of this man. He is the second generation, and he is really, and it's spelled with a C.
Yeah.
Sorry, and it's one of those things where the name
an N.
Casper.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
Caspar.
interesting, yeah.
But Roots Palace is really a fascinating place. I've never actually been there.
Why are we talking about that?
Well, Casper,
just like the
in
connection.
common language, it is incredible how many brilliant things are associated with the word Casper. I have never heard of anything except genius in conjunction with the word Casper. I believe Bob Casper is a genius. I believe, and he's extremely intelligent, by the way. All joking aside, he's a very knowledgeable human being, and he identified the political system's faults at 20 years before people were talking about it, and he always identified himself as really a moderate conservative, but definitely not a Republican or definitely not a Democrat. And that alone was really fascinating to me, that people just brushed him off as some like vet nut, and it wasn't true at all. Then there's Gary Kasparov,
Yeah.
genius, and Casper Badroot, genius, and then there's Casper. And I find it, and Casper the Friendly Ghost,
Yes.
genius as well. And I'm sure that there's other negative connotations and things like that, but in my opinion, the 5 analogies that I have made, well, that's why I'll be launching 5 businesses.
Oh, yeah, so talk about this. You
Well,
had stopped because we had
We're
talked about
gonna,
the.
we're gonna do Pierce Bainbridge, and Pro Slay is under Pierce Bainbridge, so it's one business. Second business, Microbank. Third business is Cash Cow. Fourth business is Drake's Barbecue, not Drake's Joint. It's gonna be a slight alteration. And the 5th business is gonna be Mathemagical, which manages all of this as well as the real estate.
Right, what about Toby's Cup?
Toby's Cup, as well as It's Not Chocolate and several other brands, will only come into factor if we see financial success in the core of
Got
the
it,
businesses.
Got it, okay.
It is extremely important for everyone to understand that I am self-funded, so in order to really get this thing going, even though the courts seem to be in complete ignorance of the millions of dollars that they have cost me by breaking the law,
This is
I
good.
assure you that I am in full cognizant, aware, and I have no mental illnesses, so I have to actually structure all of these businesses immediately and launch immediately in order to generate enough of a profit to parlay that into the self-funding source for the multi-billion-dollar projects, rather than using the time and resources to pitch the product to get optimal results. There are a few shortcuts that I will be implementing like any good business owner, and I assure you, if you love the movie Back to School, you're going to love the YouTube channel for the next 2 years.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's a shame that no one before me has tried to make it in real life. I will make it in real life, and I will show the entire world the power of mathematics, business, and a set of fucking balls, which is what really is required over here, because it seems like the human beings known as cops, that I risked my life in order to end the defund police narrative as the CEO of the Rittenhouse fucking trial, and The whole point of it is that the mayor told, the governor told the police to stand down. It caused a cataclysmic event where a young white man killed 2 white men and maimed another man, all in the context of Black Lives Matter, which caused a massive paradox in our society, and then fueled with the Fight Back Foundation, which I also helped launch. It was able to create a financial counter fund to Black Lives Matter, and the very small, moderate success of a few $1 million that we were able to raise showed that the voice of the silent majority is really in existence, not non-existence. And as we stand here today, we have a Republican president because of the events that culminated in that little thing that you all are in complete denial of. Now, I wish the best for all the people that have chosen.
6 minutes.
Oh no, that's great. That's great on time. Jamie, do you have any more questions regarding the? And I'm trying to stand over here because I realize that in front of the board you can't really see exactly what's going on, but here I'm able to really point very well because I have the ability to drive forward and backwards.
It's true.
And I've told my boys that it's really important to learn to drive backwards so I can actually point to the things. And that's kind of like the videos that I'm going to make next, where I was able to figure out a way to not edit the product but still make it really cool and do nothing more than use like a whip. If I had a whip, could I have that?
If only you had one.
So you could test it out very simply by saying, Dan, let's talk about, which one do you want me to talk about?
Okay, let's wrap up Casper's conversation.
Oh, look, it's right here. Casper's.
Wait.
What?
No, it's not.
Oh, down here? I'm sorry about that. No problem. It's right here. The conversation about Casper. Here you go. I can
All right, so why don't you wrap up by telling everybody what's coming up?
No. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm really fucking pissed, and I'm just gonna do it. And there's nothing really more to talk about.
Okay.
I want to wrap up this video a little sooner than I can.
Okay.
We have a lot of work to do, and I believe that the YouTube videos are actually amazing, but at this time, there's enough for the consciousness to be formed in order to undo fucking crime. We're talking about crime being completely ignored by civil servants. There's nothing more. That's it. Crime being ignored by civil servants. That's it, okay?
Yeah.
Do you have the remote so I could dramatically end this video? Can I have it?
There you go.
All right,
Dramatically.
dramatic effect ending this video coming up, all right? JB,
Yes.
I believe that this is a necessary step. It was necessary for me to tolerate and see what the world would be like should I allow the things that I have tolerated and allowed. And you will show the times that I was arrested illegally coming up. You'll show the old videos of chief of police showing up, evicting tenants, people breaking in. You're going to be releasing all that content. And I am angry. I am so angry because I tolerated all of this. And I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. And I think that it's really my fault that I tolerated it because I was under the impression that we live in a good world of good people that are interested in doing good things, and I gave them a chance to do those good things. And it turns out it's a world of fucking lies. Nobody gives a shit, especially if you're like a white guy that opens his mouth up on YouTube. That's like a double whammy. My name is Dan Reeses, and at this time I'm going to demand that every single person in my life that's an adult make a conscious decision. Either you're with me or you're against me. And that is a fact, because I have to go to legal war over here, and I don't have time for your bullshit anymore.